It's actually a bit of a curious thing because one of the most common things or regrets that people say, when they finally do find upper cervical care is that they say, I wish I'd have found this 10 or 15 years, 20 years sooner. And this isn't to take anything away from, if they'd had bumps, spills, injuries, or something like that, and they'd gone to the hospital, the paramedics said, you don't have any broken bones, everything looks fine. Or where they've perhaps gone to their GP or they've been to some other, healthcare provider, and they said, I don't think that you should see a chiropractor. I know where they're coming from. In terms of they want to make sure that the quality of care that they're going to be getting, that it's going to be safe, that it's going to be something that's actually going to help them. But unfortunately, for right or for wrong, chiropractic does have a little bit of a negative equity, and people don't like the concept, at least many people, they don't like the concept of having to, twist, crack, or pop or stretch the neck, anything like that. And unfortunately, what happens is that without knowing it, it's all getting lumped into that same group and that same category, without realizing that, what we are doing as upper cervical doctors of chiropractic is actually remarkably different. So, first things, we're making sure that every procedure that we're doing is as safe as we can possibly make it. And so this is the reason why we do a series of tests before we would ever, go ahead with the procedure. We would go ahead and make a series of measurements. We find out the exact location, direction, degree about what is actually going on so that we know that any procedure we're going to do is going to have the best possible chance of success with the least possible chance of, adverse event, something like that. And so when people, again, they don't realize that so many different issues in their body that can be connected with this upper issue in the neck, they go all the way through life, just sort of putting up with it and attributing to saying, maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe this is just something that I have to, learn to live with. And they compensate for a long period of time. And then it's either because they do a little bit of their, own research online, or they get to the point where, despite what everybody else has been saying or telling them, they say, you know what, I have to give it a go. I have to do something different. And so they come into the practice, we go through all of the test assessments that we need to do. And that's when people start to notice, something is happening, something is changing here. And it's not to say that, we've got, all the things, figured out. Nobody in healthcare does. But the fact that we're offering something different, something unique, something that has an opportunity to work for people in a different way from so many different avenues out there, the only shame, in my opinion, is it often takes so many people so much longer to actually find that has been the missing piece of the puzzle that they've been looking for so terribly long.